First-time home ownership can be a dream come true, or it can become a nightmare. Shelby White tells me her experience has been a little of both.
I mean, it's insane. Like, it feels like something you see on the news. Like, it just doesn't feel like something that would ever happen to you.
She and her partner bought a home in Lexington in December of last year. Their mortgage included a substantial budget to rehab the property. You reached out to a consultant who then referred you to this particular contractor?
No, so the bank appointed us that consultant.
So this was out of your control. It was not your choice.
Yeah.
That's how she met David Clark, a housing and urban development consultant assigned to the project. He suggested they hire True Blue Homes for the construction work set to begin in January.
We checked him out online and there was no immediate red flags, and so it was kind of like a why not. We had another contractor that had gotten kind of through the bid process but didn't quite get there, and so at that point we were kind of ready to get things going, and he was ready to jump into it, so it just kind of fit.
The company is owned by Travis Hale. Shelby says the work was slow to start. It eventually got underway in March. He and others would show up to the home once or twice a week to work, or, as you can see in this home surveillance video, play darts in the kitchen.
The beam got delivered and no one was home, and it sat out in the rain for a long time before somebody moved it up to the porch. And so that was a huge red flag, because obviously it's going to be holding her house up. It shouldn't really be sitting in the rain.
Then came excuses and more delays. The last time they worked at the home was in April. She saves the text messages asking for updates and progress reports. Shelby started noticing financial discrepancies in the bid and the contracted work. Meanwhile, she, her partner, 4-year-old, and 2 dogs still lived inside the home, which was stripped down to the studs.
We can't cook dinner at all. We have no appliances. That stove doesn't work. All we have is a fridge. And so, we can, thankfully we have awesome neighbors, so if we ever want to use the stove, they're really nice.
She says it became apparent the work wouldn't be finished by the June 20th completion date. The couple then hired an inspector who rendered the property structurally unsafe and said the work completed was substandard.
But we had wires hanging from the ceiling, and they were live wires. We had to we have a 4-year-old, we had to tie them up. And
that's when they learned that True Blue Homes had not pulled any permits for the work performed and was not even authorized to pull permits in Fayette County.
It's just not okay to do that to people.
Hey Travis, this is Kelsey over WKYT. How are ya? I got a hold of Travis over the phone and asked about this civil lawsuit the family has filed against him and David Clark. After a long pause, he told me he had no comment and he would pass on my number to the person representing him. When you first wanted this house, I'm sure you had a vision of what it was going to look like. Was this the vision?
No. No, not quite.
I also tried reaching out to David Clark, but the number we found is no longer in service. Shelby says they've been appointed a new consultant and are moving forward with a different company to fix and finish the work. However, they're having to do it with a significantly smaller budget. She says she wants to share her cautionary fairy tale with others.
And now we know that they're required to give a list, and it should have been more than one person, and that should have been a red flag, but I feel like you don't know what you don't know.
In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.